Hey there, Bia. Get ready for a super cool adventure. We're going to explore something amazing. It's the supercomputer that's right inside of you. We're talking about your nervous system. It's like the control center for everything you do, from running around and playing to even dreaming when you're asleep. How awesome is that?
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll check out your body's control center. Then we'll meet the two main systems that work together. After that, we're going to look at the tiny electrical messengers, explore your 5 awesome senses, see how fast your body can act, and then put it all together to see how it's the perfect team. Sound good? Let's go! All right, first up, your body's control center. So let's ask the big question. What is the nervous system anyway? Okay, so imagine your nervous system is like the main command post for your whole body. It's got 3 main parts, and they all work as a team. You've got your brain, that's the big boss. Then there's the spinal cord, which is kind of like a superhighway for messages. And then you have a huge network of nerves. Think of them as tiny little roads that go everywhere, all over your body. So what does this thing actually do? Well, pretty much everything. It's how you see your friends, how you hear your favorite song. It's what tells your muscles to move so you can run and play. It even does things you don't think about, like keeping your heart beating and helping you breathe. And yeah, it's also what lets you think, remember all the cool stuff you learn, and feel all your emotions.
Okay, on to our next section. This control center is actually split into 2 big systems. Let's talk about the big parts that work together. So these 2 big teams have names. First, there's the central nervous system, or CNS. That's the main control center, right? It's your brain and your spinal cord, and its job is to make all the decisions. Then you have the peripheral nervous system, or PNS. This is the huge network of nerves. Its job is to connect the CNS, the boss, to the rest of your body, kind of like messengers running back and forth.
You know, your nervous system controls 2 different kinds of actions. There are voluntary actions. Those are the things you choose to do, like walking or tying your shoes. But then there are involuntary actions. These happen automatically. Your body just does them to keep you going, like your heart beating or digesting your food. You don't have to think about it at all, which is pretty cool.
All right, next up, tiny electrical messengers. So how do all these messages get around so fast? Well, it's time to meet the amazing neurons. So what's a neuron? It's a special tiny cell that sends and receives messages. And these messages are like little zaps of electricity. They're called impulses. They're like little messengers traveling on a wire. And the craziest part? You have billions of them inside you, all talking to each other all the time.
Okay, so not all neurons do the same thing. You have 2 main types. First, there are sensory neurons. Their job is to bring information in to your brain. So they're coming from your senses, like your eyes or your skin. Then you have motor neurons. They do the opposite. They carry commands out from your brain, telling your muscles what to do. So one brings the message in, the other sends the order out.
Next up, your 5 super senses. This is all about how you experience the world. Let's dive in. Okay, let's talk about sight. It's so cool how this works. First, light comes into your eye. The lens focuses that light, and an image, get this, an upside-down image hits the back of your eye on the retina. But you don't see the world upside down, do you? That's because your brain does this incredible magic trick and flips it right side up for you, instantly.
And what about touch? Say you touch something super soft, like a fluffy blanket. Well, you have these little things in your skin called receptors that detect it. They send a signal shooting up to your brain, and your brain goes, "Ooh, that feels soft." And you know how your fingertips are really good at feeling things? That's because they're packed with way more of those receptors.
Your other senses work kind of the same way, just with different organs. For hearing, your ears catch sound waves that make your eardrum vibrate. For taste, your tongue has taste buds that detect chemicals in your food. And for smell, your nose has special cells that pick up chemicals floating in the air. See? They're all just different ways of gathering information.
So you can see how your brain is at the center of all of this. It takes all that information coming in from all your senses and puts it all together. That's what creates your experience of the world around you. It's amazing.
All right, Section 5, Fast Actions and Memory. We're going to talk about lightning-fast reflexes and your brain's own special library.
Okay, what's a reflex? It's a super fast automatic response that your body does to protect you. Like, if you accidentally touch a hot stove, your hand pulls back before your brain even says ouch. That's because the signal takes a shortcut. It goes to your spinal cord and right back out to your muscles, skipping the brain just to be extra fast.
And then we have your brain's memory.
It's just like a library where your brain stores all kinds of information. It helps you remember your friends, the lyrics to songs, and how to do things like play a game. And you know what's really cool, Bia? You can actually practice to make your memory stronger, just like a muscle.
Okay, last part, a perfect teamwork example. Let's see how all of this stuff we've talked about works together in action.
Okay, Bia, I want you to imagine you're walking in a park. You see a pretty yellow flower, so you reach out and you touch its petals, and they feel really soft, and then you smell it, and it has a really nice scent. Right in that moment, your senses, your sight, touch, and smell are all sending messages to your brain.
But then, all of a sudden, a bee flies right up close to your eye. What happens? Before you even have time to think about it, you blink. That's your blink reflex kicking in to protect you. It's the perfect example of teamwork, right? Your senses saw the bee, and your reflex acted to keep you safe, all in less than a second.
Okay, Bia, ready for a super quick review. Let's see what you remember. What are the two main parts of the nervous system? Do you remember what a neuron is? Can you think of one example of a voluntary action and one involuntary action? And last one, what's a reflex? You can even pause and think about it. I bet you did great.
You know, Bia, your nervous system is just so incredible. It's your very own supercomputer, helping you learn and feel and explore every single second of the day. It really is a huge part of what makes you, you. So I'll leave you with this thought. What will you discover with it next?